You know the moment people think they stop being UK tax resident? It's that second you step onto the plane, your bags are checked in, your house is sold, you've said goodbye to the drizzle, and you feel it. I'm done. I'm free. I'm officially living abroad. But there's a detail almost everyone misses. You can move halfway across the world, and HMRC can still class you as a UK tax resident. I've seen people make this mistake over and over. They think residency ends when their boarding pass gets scanned, but HMRC doesn't look at your feelings or your excitement. They look at one cold, detailed system, the Statutory Residence Test, the SRT. And before we dive into it, a quick note, this took me hours to put together properly because the official HMRC guidance is around 160 pages of jargon and definitions. So what you're getting today is the simplified version, the version normal people can actually understand without all the legal speak. And if you want the one-page SRT flowchart, a guide I've built from scratch, you can get it at the end of the video. Just comment SRT guide and I'll send you the link. Before we get into the rules, imagine this. You've moved it abroad, you're retired or working remotely, you're finally feeling the weight lift, and then a letter arrives. HMRC says you're still a UK resident, which means they can tax your worldwide income, they can tax your foreign pension, they can tax your overseas rental income, and they can hit you years later with penalties. This happens to retirees, digital nomads, business owners. So let's walk through the SRT in three simple layers. Once you understand these, the whole system becomes clearer. The automatic overseas tests. These are the easy exit doors. If you pass one, you're automatically non-resident for the whole tax year. So one is the 46-day rule. If you weren't in the UK resident in any of the last 3 tax years and you spent fewer than 46 days in the UK this year, you're non-resident. Done. Two is the 16-day rule. If you were UK resident recently, your allowance is tiny. You only get 15 days. Hit 16 and this test collapses instantly. Three is the working full-time overseas. Sounds simple, yeah? But the details catch people out. To pass, you must work 35 or more hours a week abroad on average and spend fewer than 91 days in the UK. You need to have worked fewer than 31 days in the UK. Believe it or not, 3+ hours is a work day. Meet all three, and that's it. You're automatic non-resident. So, if those were the exit doors, these are the nope, you're still in the building checks. So, one is the 183-day rule. Spend 183 days or more in the UK, you're a resident. No questions asked. Rule two is the UK home test. This catches a huge number of people. It doesn't matter whether you've sold your house, it doesn't matter if you don't really live there anymore. The HMRC cares about one thing. Do you have a home available to you in the UK for 90 days or more? And a home includes a rented room. It includes your mum's spare bedroom, a place you sleep repeatedly, even an Airbnb you use regularly. If you spend 30+ days sleeping there, you're likely a resident again. Three is working sufficient hours in the UK. If you average 35 hours a week working in the UK over a 365-day period, HMRC treats you as resident, regardless of why. Remote workers get caught by this constantly. Just a few weeks counts. So part three is the grey area, the ties test. If you don't pass an automatic test, HMRC looks at your UK ties, the threads pulling you back. There are 5 of them. There's the family tie, a spouse, a partner, a minor child in the UK. There's the accommodation tie, any place that's available for 91 or more days. There's the work tie, 40 or more work days in the UK. There's the 90-day tie, 90 plus days in the UK in either of the last 2 years. There's the country tie. If you were a UK resident last year and you spend more days in the UK than anywhere else. But here's the kicker. The more ties you have, the fewer days you're allowed in the UK. With 1 tie, you get flexibility. With 4 ties, you might dip into residency at about 46 to 60 days. This is where most people fail. Not because they moved back, because they didn't count properly. Let me tell you about a buddy of mine, Mark. So Mark left the UK to start a new life in Cyprus. He told everyone he was gone for good. He even messaged me, Spence, I'm done with the UK. I'm done with the taxes. No more HMRC for me. Lol. Anyway, but here's what he didn't realise. Because he still had a UK home and a child in the UK school, and he worked a few days in the UK and he visited summer and Christmas holidays, he had 4 ties plus a lot of UK days. He thought he was a non-resident. HMRC thought the opposite. And HMRC always wins. People treat residency like turning off a light switch. HMRC treats it like maths. These are the mistakes that happen all the time. Miscounting days, especially transit days, the days you're coming in and out, thinking that they do count. Thinking I don't own property, I'm fine. Or forgetting 3 hours of work equals a full work day. Assuming split year treatment is automatic and not realising children in the UK schools equals a family tie. Coming back for a bit is another tie, multiple times. None of this is intuitive, but HMRC applies it strictly. And yes, it's designed this way. The UK government wants your tax money, and this system is full of gotchas by design. To know your residency for the year, check 1, your automatic overseas tests, 2, your automatic UK tests. And then if you fall through those, you then hit 3, the ties test. If you pass the first, you're a non-resident. If you pass any of the second, you're a UK resident. And if you fall into the third, where most people do, you have to be extremely careful. If this helped you understand the SRT, do the smart thing and subscribe. Right now, 93% of people watching, YouTube tells me, are not subscribed. And if you're planning to leave the UK, retire abroad, or become an expat, you can't afford to get this wrong. And if you want the full SRT infographic that I've created, the simple 1-page version which tells you clearly all these tests, please subscribe and comment, I've subbed, SRT guide please, and I'll send you the link to download it. It'll make everything I've explained today 1,000 times easier to follow. This is Spence Unpacked, and I'll see you on the next one.